225, 250, 255, 260. Hey guys, what I did was I told my AI generator to give me a light side strategy, a $500 buy-in, and basically playing only the light side with no max odds. So this is what it kind of gave me. It's actually very similar, surprisingly, to what I kind of already do, but it has a couple of random bets that are mixed in that actually I kind of liked when it said it, okay? So here's what the instructions were. First of all, you had to get a point established. We wasn't playing any pass lines, no don't passes, no come out action, okay? So once you get your point set, you're basically having at 110 on the inside. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, you know what? You only have $500, 110 on the inside. That's a risk to your bankroll if you have a couple hits. Well, here's the other thing it said. It gave me a stop loss and a profit win goal. So the profit win goal was $250 and the profit loss was $250, which means if we get up $250 in profit, then we are going to stop the roll. We're going to pull our bets down and get out and color up. But on the other end, if we are down half of our bankroll, in this case $250, at that point in time, basically the same thing. We're going to pull our bets down. In that case, it would probably end up with a 7 out anyways, but we're going to make sure we color up and get out of there with only a $250 loss or a 50% loss. So again, that was one of the stipulations it fed back to me. Once you got your 110 inside, remember that's $25 on the 5 and 9 and then $30 on the 6 and 8. Any of these inside bets will pay me $35. And again, when we say inside, we're talking about the 5, 6, 8, and 9. Any of these bets will pay you $35. Let's just say it hit the 5. The pressing pattern that it suggested was, again, pretty familiar with what I actually already do. 25 would pay me 35. We're going to go to a $35 bet, and we're going to rack the quarter back into the rack. Okay, now the 6 and 8, a little bit different. Well, maybe not that much different. It'll pay me 35. We're going to drop down $2. Let's call it out of the bank for now. Drop down $2 to go to 42. Again, very common to what I do anyways. The one thing that it suggested was you want to try to take advantage of when it hit the same number multiple times. So from here, let's just say a $42 bet would pay me 50 for one. The actual payment is $49. Then we would go to a $60 bet, put the rest of that to the rack. But on the third hit, we would actually just do a full collect. So 60 will pay me 70. At that point in time, you just want to go ahead and put a full collect. It'll pay me 70, put that back into the rack. We're going to do the same kind of combinations with the 5 and 9. It goes from 35 to a 50. Once you get to 50, it pays 70. That's a full collect. Now, here was a little twist that I actually was not expecting when it said it. So I'm going to pull these back to base. It's a little bit different because I'm typically, as you know, I've already said it before, I typically don't like the field all that much, just due to the odds of how it actually hits and the losing streak that it happens. When all the combinations, you're typically not in favor. But what it said was, if you have two non-field numbers in a row, meaning if you have a 5, 6, and 8, two of them in a row, we're going to play a $25 field bet. The idea is you're trying to make a combination where, okay, I've had several non-fields in a row. Let's try to take advantage of it hitting the field bet. Now, any veteran player or probably actually anybody that's used to craps identifies every roll as independent. So this has actually surprised me when it suggested if you have two non-fields in a row to play the field bet in assumption that you may hit a field next. But you know what? We're going to play it the way the AI generator told me. So that's how we're going to play this out. Okay, guys, I'm going to roll this out to see how this AI generated crap strategy would actually work at a real table, or let's just say a simulated table in this case. And maybe at the real tables, it might work out. We'll see. But we're going to roll this out for about 10 or 15 minutes and see how we do. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Again, we are starting off with $500. I have $300 in black. I have $150 in green, and then $50 between red and white here to equal out $500. We're going to create a couple of dice here. Actually, I have a whole bucket here, or a bowl. Let's go and grab. Let's grab these two here, put these back. And let's get a point set and see how this goes. Again, $500 to AI strategy. I have done AIs in the past. And you know what? I like to see what could they like to end up pushing out to us. So let's see how this one does. This would go 110 on the inside. And again, we're all set up here. And let's do this thing. Here we go. Okay, that's going to be the hard 8 square pair. So that $30 bet is going to pay me $35. I'm gonna put the quarter back into the rack. Remember, I'm gonna make it look like 42. So I'm gonna drop down $2 to the dealer and say make it look like 42. And we have a 5, 4, 1, okay? So here, that's a $25 bet. That'll pay me $35. Again, I'm gonna go up 2 units. In this case, I'm gonna go up to a $35 bet and rack the quarter. Now, don't forget the little caveat. It did say if 2 non-field numbers hit. In this case, you know what? Boom, I should have done that. The 8 and the 5 are non-field numbers. So you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to post bet it just because I daggum said it. I got a little ahead of myself. So post bet at 8 and a 5. Would a field come next? In this case, I'm going to put $25 in the field. And it came a 5, 4, 9. So guess what, guys? We are going to play it out, and we're going to pull this bet back. We're just going to put, it didn't say whether you keep a bet back out there or not, but I'm going to assume if it hit the field, get out of there, put it back into the rack, and take advantage of it. Okay, that's still going to be a 9, so I'm going to pay it here. That's going to pay me $35, put the $25 back into the rack just like that. Okay, and here we go. There's an 8, 6, 2, perfect. Okay, that 42 will pay me 50 for 1. The actual payment is $49. Make it like 50 for 1, and let's put the rest of this back. Or make it look like 60, excuse me. Make it look like 60. And there's a 6, 5, 1, perfect. Okay, that's going to pay me $35. Okay, I'm going to make it look like 42, and don't forget the field bet this time, right? That's 2 box numbers in a row. That's either a 5, 6, or 8, any non-field. And let's see if it works out for us this time. It does not. It does not. That is the 4, 3, 7. Ouch. But that's okay. You know what? That worked out pretty well for us. Got a couple hits out of it. Remember, on the 7, this is your riskiest moment where, you know what, lose everything. We're not hedging any don't pass strategies. It's all light side, okay? So let's go ahead and turn the puck off. And in just a minute, what we're going to do is this is going to be a constant evaluation of where we are in a bankroll. Or remember, anything up 250 or down 250, we're going to make sure we pull out and get out of the hand. In this case, we are not there yet, so don't have anything to worry about. But we are going to still go 110 on the inside. And here we go. We're all set up. Okay, there's going to be a 4, 3, 7, guys. That is called a PSO, a 0.7 out. In this case, this did not work, right? 110 down the drain. That's a bullet, right? That is a bullet down the drain. Let's go and get another one set. Here we go. Okay, 5, 2, 7. That's a come out winner. Again, we are not playing the pass line, so it doesn't really help us. And another 6, 1, 7. Another 0.7 on the come out roll. 4, 3. Wow, that's 3 7s in a row. If I was like parlaying my pass line right now, I'd be doing really, really well. But I do not typically do that. And in this case, the AI strategy said do not play the pass line. Actually, maybe I said don't play max odds. So when I said don't play max odds, I guess it assumed I'm not playing the pass line. So there you go. All right, here we go. So that's a 6. So let's go ahead and drop down 110. So let's do this. I'm doing a black chip down. I hate seeing black chips go across the table. But in this case, we're going to have to, right? Okay, so on the 6, and that is our point. Let's try to get some inside numbers here. That's going to be aces. That's the dots in both places. No help to me. And we have the square pair. Perfect. Again, 8. Okay, that's going to pay me $35. Put a 25 back into the rack. Make it look like 42, just like that. And here we go. And we have a 3 craps 3. Again, no help to me. Looking for an inside hit. 8, 6, 2. Perfect. 6, 3. That's a 6, 3. That's not 6, 3. That's a 5, 3. That's a 5, 3, 8. Okay, that's going to pay me $50 or $49.50 for 1. And that is my second box number in a row. So I'm going to put a field bet down. I'm going to rack the rest. Again, I'm going to try to take advantage of getting that extra hit on a field. Let's see what happens. It does not happen this time. Did not work out. Now, it did not say, so I'm going to lose this bet. I will get paid $35. It did not say if I need to go back out there, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to assume that if it thinks that it'll hit a field bet after 2, it should hit it after 3. So I'm going to risk it. Again, going a little bit of rogue here, not exactly sure what it said. That is the point, though. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait on my field bet. I'm going to go ahead and roll, get a new point set. In this case, it's a 10. So that kind of changes my logic here, right? Because you had 3 6s or 8s in a row. And then without a field bet, it hit the 10. 10 is now my point. That's a field hit. So now it tells me I'm going to rack my $25. Maybe all that made sense. I don't know. Again, a little bit of off script there. Not sure exactly how it would have worked out. There's another 6. That's the 4, 2 this time. Again, that's going to pay me 50 for 1. I'm going to make it look like 60. Okay. Put the rest of it back into the rack. All right. Makes it look like 60. And here we go. And there's the hard 6. Beautiful. Remember, this is a straight up collect. 50 will pay me 70, or 60 in this case will pay me 70. And I'm going to put it right to the rack. It says to collect that money. All right, there we go. Let's keep it going. There's a 10. It doesn't help me at all. Let's turn the puck off. And there we go. And there's a 617. Again, not playing the pass line. That doesn't help me at all. There's another 527. It's nice that they're hitting them on the come out roll. Get them out, right? Resets the ATS every time. There's your aces. That's the dots in both places. And there's the hard 8, the square pair. Okay, so let's mark the point on the 8. Here we go. All right, shooter, let's go. 516, perfect. Now, at this point in time, again, it didn't really say how we're going to go from there. It did say collect if it hits it to $60 bet to go to 7, collect 70. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go mark the point here, and I'm going to go to a $90 bet and put the rest of it back into the rack. And now it's hit number 1 on the 6. Let's see if we can get another one. Nope, that's a yo 11. So now I don't have to worry about my my 2 box numbers for the field bet. There's another square pair. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to pay me. That may have been my my parlay, by the way. I think that was the 8. Anyways, to a $90 bet here. I'm going to rack the rest. Okay, I'm going to turn the puck off. And what I need to do here. Now, remember what I said a while ago. We need to make sure that if we are up $250, we need to do a reevaluation and say, you know what? How are we stand? So what I'm going to do is that's 90 plus 90. That's 180. 180 plus 30 is 230. Or 180 plus 50 is 230. So I know I have 230 on the board. It's 230, 330, 430, 440. That's 450. Okay. That's 500. So right now, I'm just doing, can do a calculations here. You got 100, 200. Guys, I think we did it. 225, 250, 255. That is $260. Okay, so here was the requirement for the AI. If you went either up 250 or you went down 250, you pull all your bets down. So that's what I'm going to do. I am out of this hand. I'm out of here. I'm going to take my profit and go. Leave when you're ahead, right? That's one of the hardest things to do is to leave when you're ahead. I actually love this. Unfortunately, I'm not very disciplined to do this. The puck is off, so we're good, right? So I'm going to count it up one more time, all in full, so you see it. 1, 2, to this way, 3, 4, 5. Okay, again, that's my starting bankroll at $500. So I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got an extra quarter on each of them. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that makes more sense, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now 150, 175. That's 200, 225, I'm struggling here. 225, 250, 255, 260. So I'm up 260. That's my profit goal. I'm out of here, guys. Again, I actually really like the idea of setting your limits. Is it 50% up, 50% down? That works great for a $500 buy-in. I like it. Okay, guys, let me know in the comments a shorter video, but that's okay. Again, this worked out for us in our favor. It did have a little bit of a field twist, which is kind of cool, a little bit different, not thinking about doing it for a 5, 6, and 8, 2 hits, betting that the field would hit next. Kind of different. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Until next time, guys, mark the point. Stay awesome.